This is an SU TV News Update, brought to you by the NDSU.
Those in Fargo and throughout the rest of the state who are part of AT&T may notice some changes for the better soon. In the past 4 years, the phone company has spent almost $80 million expanding its network in North Dakota. This money has gone to enhancing the current technology and building more than a dozen new sites in the state. The updates will help boost speeds for talking, texting, and surfing the web. All of these updates should be available everywhere in the state by the end of the year. It started in Japan after World War II and in America in the early 90s. Anime is now popular worldwide, and NDSU professor Betsy Birmingham hosted a talk on it this week in the NDSU library. Birmingham attributes the popularity of anime to the fact that people can see themselves in an animated character better than human actors on TV. Some critics out there are blaming anime's violence to increase social problems. However, she is quick to place the blame for these dangers on humans and their immersion of media rather than the media they consume. This thought ties in to what she hopes people took away from her presentation.
But what I would like people to take away would be to be able to look at our own media and to understand the way our own media shapes and reflects the thoughts that go on in culture. So just a critical awareness of media, I think. So.
In 2005, there were 28 primetime anime shows in Japan. It has become so popular that universities like NDSU even have an anime club. The Lost Boys of the NDSU rugby team were hoping to get funding to improve their field earlier this week. Club members learned that student government doesn't have enough money left over for funding after projects to provide the proposed $33,000. And if that wasn't enough, they have also been told that the NDSU Research and Technology Park is considering a new proposal that could lead to construction on this field. The plan to try and improve the field is currently postponed indefinitely. Former NFL coach Jim Mora has a famous line from when he was head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. Playoffs, don't talk about playoffs. But now the Minnesota Wild are talking about the playoffs. Minnesota begins playoff play tonight in a 7-game series against the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado will host games 1, 2, 5, and 7, and Minnesota will host games 3, 4, and 6. The puck drops tonight at 8:30. Coming up on this edition of SU TV News, we take a look back at the 2009 flood that greatly affected Fargo. We find out more about the Anime Club, and in sports, we sit down with senior baseball player Tim Caldwell. These stories and more coming up tonight on SU TV News right here at 7:30 on Channel 84. And now let's take a look at the weather brought to you by Mapbus. It looks like today it'll be about 44 degrees, but mostly sunny. Saturday there's a 30% chance of rain. Sunday and into the early week it will be in the 60s. This has been an SU TV News Update brought to you by the NDSU Bookstore.
This is an SU TV News Update, brought to you by the NDSU Bookstore.